Oh, here we go. This is part one of Grizzle parking spot for his tanks. We're gonna try and build a tank garage. There are two or three different types of tanks in Planet Coaster we can use, and so I'm beginning to start like a parking area for Grizzle to park the tanks when he comes back from the battlefield uh, after doing battle in World of Tanks. He's at uh, he's at tier 5 on the PC. I think he's tier 6 or something on PlayStation. And I just ran a clip of him driving the KV one, the captured one, and I did a few battles with the KV1 on the Soviet line on World of Tanks. But the thing is, that's all World War II era, and the tanks they have in the game here are more Cold War era. So that's I started a line of those tanks, and that's what the one clip was. M46, I think it was, that Grizzle drove, and he got shot up on that one. But like I said, we're just starting that line. It's going to be a little bit of a grind to get to one of the more modern type tanks, and that's what we're working on now. But at the moment, I'm back here and we're building a place for to park the tanks. So when he's had a hard day on the battlefield, or even had a very successful day on the battlefield, he can come park the tanks here, and his sergeant in the tank garage will repaint and buff out all the scratches and replace all the bullet holes. I got chipmunks in the park. I love it. That comes from I did some recordings. I made a clip that was 30 minutes long. I made two of them. This is the first one. The second one I already have done. I'm gonna post them in order. That's why I haven't posted the other one yet. That one has Ed, the bass player, playing bass in the background. And I don't think I got it on this one. This was just the chipmunks. So I'm kind of that laughter. Oh yeah. Hey, how many chipmunks are there? Should we go chipmunks or prairie dogs? Prairie dogs, I think you can get in Planet Zoo, which I don't have. But there's no reason we can't have prairie dogs in as long as they're respectable and have shorts and shirt. No shirt, no shoes, no service. That kind of thing in the park. Safety first. We don't want no little paws getting hurt in our park. So I'm just making that up. But there's some of the logos on the trucks I've been working on. Olaf logging. It's pretty cool. I like this stuff. I like playing around with this, doing the different marketing employees. This is the sawmill. I brought that in. It's in the other park. I got that set up a little better than it is here. But I captured it to bring it into here. And then from here I took it into the other park. And now I'm working on the tanks. We're building a parking area. See, like, this is just a clipboard. This isn't the real park. This is just something where I can work on, and um, there's not much for customers to do, so they come and go. But it puts people in the park. Don't need a lot of staff. I only got one facility, but then I got the bathrooms, I think, too. The bathrooms, and then there's a employee facility back there somewhere. In back here behind where we're looking on the parking area. I replaced that shop too. I think I put a more like an ice cream shop there than what was there before. So, but now we're doing another 14-minute, 58-second clip. This is part one. This is when we first started building the parking area, and kind of just playing around with it, seeing what we can do. And I kind of like the way that it's turned out so far. So we might go ahead and do something so it's going to be a little bit different, but what I'm imagining is like an archway that like lead back into the garage area possibly, and then there would be a Starfield portal where he would go through to enter the battlefields for World of Tanks. He could go through that portal, go to World of Warships as well, but I don't have a port for them, so we don't have no big battleships bring into this game. So imagine you could build one though. You could build like make like a ride type thing with a battleship kind of thing. That'd be interesting. I'd have to do some research in how the battleship would look. And but it'd be hard to do. But you could do it. You could use different materials, different walls, create different, you know, curved pieces along with the straight pieces. Maybe you could create like a bow type looking. And if it was like a metal material, it would look like the bow of a ship. And then the superstructure stuff would be with the walls and different. Yeah, it could be done. Because there's like a modern type wall that you use for a facility that give it the like metal ship type look to it. But that would take some time. I'd have to actually go in and look and see what one would look like and compare the pieces and bits and pieces put together to create one. But with a little bit of time, you could do it. That probably been done. It's probably something out there too with like that though. Some of these builds that these builders are doing are just awesome. And some of the stuff I do is taken from what they've done, and their tutorials and their videos have helped me be a little better at it. So I'm having more fun with it instead of being, oh, I can't figure out how this works. Because the controls for PlayStation and the controls for the PC are a little bit different. I think you can be a little quicker, possibly do a little bit more with the PC because it's got a little bit more storage, you know, like being able to build. But it's pretty much the same, except the way you build and stuff is the controls are different a little bit. And like I said, with the PlayStation, it takes a little while to get used to the controls and being able to maneuver around the park. At first, it's like you hit the one control and boom, you'd be clear at the other end, and you couldn't even see the entrance where you're working. It's like, how do you get back there? So I did pretty good on the chipmunks. I don't want to be. Should we go? What do you think? Prairie dogs or chipmunks? Because the chipmunks have been done. If I go with prairie dogs, then I'll have to sit down and draw up some prairie dogs, create a couple different characters, and that's who these characters are in the background, and they can become part of the comics. The Fun Part comics. There you go. By old Grez. Written and produced by ELA Studio and Sons. Edited by our boss, Mr. Editor. Who does the voice for Ed, the bass player from The Face. Their studio drummer does the voice for Tommy Tom Tom. And, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Editor does the voice for Jazzy Jazz. We just upped the octave on it a little bit using Audacity. Well, using GarageBand, we did it too. It's GarageBand a little bit, so. Yep. Alright, I think, what are we on? Take 12? Shoot. I had some of the best stuff and I just deleted it. Once again. After all these years, I still hit that dang circle and it deletes what I already recorded. instead of hitting the X and confirming that's what the audio track should be. Oh, excuse me, just catching my breath here. There's a facility change. See, I knew I changed the facility on that. I think I put an ice cream shop in there. I think it was like a taco thing before, so, you know, I just wanted something a little cooler than a taco. Because we got a lot of heat going on with those tanks across the street when they start firing. I just made that up. They do fire though. Once I hit play or and unpause it, then they actually go through their phase, and part of their phase is shooting the cannons, while the one in the front falls apart, kind of. So, and what I think what I'll do here in a little bit next time I go in is I'll put some smoking meters in here, so I could do like a little explosion, have a little bit of smoke coming out of there, and then it'll reset. But see, that's my. And see, I got it. Oh, got a little bugger in my eyeballs there. Little flew right in front of me. I tried to catch it, but the flies are just fast. But there's my park. This is the clipboard park, though. That's why there's no pathway over to the rides and stuff. I captured the rides when they're in went to Candyland, saved them, brought them, came into this park, and I put them in here, and I put them in that way I can go and grab them and take them into the other park, the actual park. Boys, listening to them argue. Settle, boys and girls. We're gonna go with prairie dogs. I like prairie dogs. Prairie dogs are cool. They got personality. You know, a prairie dog village there with them all sitting up out of their holes. They all should have shades on, just sitting back home nice and cool, just yammering back and forth. You hear them, the prairie dogs. And I bet you if I go in to some of these builders doing this zoo build, and I'll find some prairie dogs in there, because there's a prairie dog build that they can do in enclosure. That'd be kind of cool. And there you go, the prairie dog talking to us about how we should build our park. Huh? They're helping build, I think. Huh? Listen to them. That actually turned out turned out better than I thought. So, I think too what I'm going to do on the next one is I'll speak even slower, so when I do speed it up, you can understand what's being said more. And if sometimes you can pick out what's being said, but that sounds like a bunch of bees there. Bees and hornets. No, not in the park. This is a safe park. But as you can see, the people come and go. There's nothing to do. There's one stall. There's a bathroom back there. I think there's a facility for the staff. And that's it. And then they got all this equipment that it's like a museum. Yeah, precisely. That's what it is. It's a museum. It's a museum of Olaf logging. And there's Olaf logging off to the left. There's Olaf right there. Olaf logging. And we got a little sawmill going, floating in the air. And that's how a build is. But see now, if I grab all that, I can take that, I can lower it to the ground and look a little better, which I did in the actual park, and we'll go there next because I'm going to start working on Grizzle's parking, and I'll have to. There's other signs too, so I create like a fenced-in area around that with that sign on the fence. So I'll just keep using this here sign for Grizzle's Den, and we'll build something different for Grizzle's parking spot. I'll probably use it Grizz's tank garage instead of Grizz's parking. Oh, we almost got this one finished. Go ahead, put it in the kitchen. We did it. Oh, we're 1 second past. We're almost. Oh, we're a little past 30 minutes. We gotta stop this now. From ELA Student Sense, thanks for watching.